सबको मेरा नमस्कार. 10 years ago, if I had told you people that at 2:10 at night, we would all be assembling at some place and the Foreign Minister of India would be with you, listening to the Prime Minister of India, none of you would have believed me. But yet we are here. Today is a very, I would say, very important day. For many of us, a very emotional day. क्योंकि जो मन की बात जो है, इस कार्यक्रम के साथ पूरी एक किस्म से पूरी देश जुड़ी है, पर कुछ हम लोग जो हैं, कुछ लोग हमारा एक किस्म से दूसरों से ज़्यादा एक लगाव है, because somewhere in some form we have directly contributed to it. And जब हमें पता था कि आज ये कार्यक्रम होने वाला है, I was actually, आप जानते हैं, I was on a tour of South America. और मुझे लगा कि अगर if I have to spend this period somewhere with somebody, the best place to spend it is in tri-state. And absolutely, and there is a reason. And there is a reason, and the reason is this. Because when I think of Prime Minister Modi, when I think of my own association with him, today my mind goes back to 2014. My mind goes back to 2014, his visit to America, to Madison Square Garden, and I don't have to say more than that. अब कभी कभी मेरे से लोग पूछते हैं, देश में भी बाहर भी, कि ये दुनिया के सबसे टैक्स हैवी प्राइम मिनिस्टर है. सब मानते हैं ना, सब, हाँ? But he uses a medium which is 100 years old, radio. And you have to understand, even people ask me why. And the answer, of course, is the enormous impact that Mann Ki Baat has had. And Mann Ki Baat has had that impact not because the medium is 100 years old or 100 days old. Because, जैसे हम सब लोगों ने अभी सुना था, somewhere there is an emotional connect between the Prime Minister and the country, between the Prime Minister and the people. That each one of us, because all of us listen to it. All of us listen to it. उसके बाद कहीं ना कहीं किसी के साथ चर्चा भी होती है. Somebody will bring up some subject. आपने सुना था, he raised this issue. He brought up he brought up something. He brought up some program. He brought up some example. और कभी-कभी जैसे आप विदेश की बात करते हैं, there is somewhere he has managed through Mann Ki Baat to develop actually what is a very unique bonding between a Prime Minister, a leader, a Pradhan Sevak, and the rest of the country, and the people, and the world. And that is today why we are here. And that is why at 2 o'clock, I see so many people here. And in fact, I asked Consul General, I said, kitne log honge? He said, no, we had to, somewhere close the registration because otherwise we would not be able to manage it. So, as I said, it is a very special moment. But when I look back at these 9 years, ये शुरू हुआ था अक्टूबर 2014 में शुरू हुआ था. I remember the high points. I remember sometimes the difficult moments. Because खुद प्रधानमंत्री ने हमें याद दिलाया था, there were many absolutely transformational things. अब ये selfie with daughters जो है, it is the huge change which has happened in India because of that. It's actually very difficult to express. No numbers, no description captures it. That how much of a change there has been in the minds of people about daughters. There are many others. I have myself seen पिछले 2 साल पहले प्रधानमंत्री का कहना था कि हम लोग जो हैं ये we do this program called Amrit Sarovar, that for 75 years of Indian independence, that every district, if you create 75 water bodies and take totality of the country, that means you've created almost 50,000 water bodies. And 50,000 water bodies in a country where water is such a big problem. I mean, you have to see what on the ground, what an impact it has had. And there are many others, I mean, in many ways, it has been a tremendously motivational effort on his part. But as I said, there are the good moments, the motivational moments when he has told us to go forward. There have also been the difficult moments, COVID. That I would say the Mann Ki Baat of the COVID period, to me, were very special. Because at that time, people of the country needed courage. And that Mann Ki Baat gave. So, so today, when we look at the 100th episode, to me, there are so many themes, vocal for local. I mentioned the whole Atmanirbhar Bharat, idea of opposing single-use plastics, the whole idea of startups. In fact, many people learned the word unicorn. Unicorn is a very common word here, not in India. Not in India till a few years ago. Now it is. So if you see the ideas, the motivation, the awareness, and in many ways, sometimes the preparation. I mean, today, the big preoccupation of the country, it is the G20 presidency. There have been others who have done G20 before. I don't think, frankly, the world noticed it very much. Our G20 is different because nobody else has done G20 in 60 cities as a national celebration, and it has happened because Prime Minister has prepared the entire country for how to actually embrace it. So there is a lot that I can say. I'm very conscious it is late at night, but there is Prime Minister has connected the world to India, and in many ways India to the world. And often this connection has been done through what our community, जो भारतीय समुदाय जो है भारत, हमारे भारतीय मूल के लोग जो हैं, what they have been doing outside. But when I look back, he has spoken about how Bhagavad Gita has been taught in Brazil. There was a Mahabharat project in Japan, which he spoke about. He spoke about how actually Khadi is propagated in Mexico, or how actually there was one program, very interesting program, where he spoke about how Indian music is sung by non-Indians in different parts of the world. He used Tanzania and Greece as examples. Or actually how there are some countries who have even followed Indian texts and old ancient texts, and he referred here to what was happening in Mongolia. So why I speak about that today is, in many ways, the story of Mann Ki Baat is the story of the last 9 years. It is the story of changing India. It is the emergence of a new India. It is the connect between India and the world. That this is today a different India, a more aware India, a more, in many ways, I would say, a more aspirational India, which is connecting to the world. And I have to share with you how much interest he takes in this. I mean, because aap log jo sun rahe na, you are listening to the end product. All the time his mind is at it. And I will give you an example. Some years ago, not long ago, I went to Georgia. Not to, आपका Georgia नहीं, वो दूसरा Georgia, जो country, yes, in Europe. Achha. Now, when I was going to Georgia, it was first time foreign minister was going to Georgia. And there was one issue, माने सालों से लटका हुआ था, somehow nobody had taken a decision on it. And Prime Minister told me, when I said that, I was planning to go to Georgia, he said that there is something you have to do. And there was a queen in Georgia called Queen Ketevan, and she had been martyred, and her relics had been brought to India, and they were actually kept in Goa. And for years, वो सालों से उनकी request थी कि इसको लौटाया जाए. So Prime Minister told me, you are going, you are the first foreign minister going. You please take back the relics. Okay. I would say in my 4 years as foreign minister, I have never seen anything more emotional in any country than to take back the relics of someone who was almost like a mythical heroine in that country. But one part of it was what I did. For me, what was astonishing was he followed it, and the next Mann Ki Baat, he had a reference to it. So why I'm saying this to you is, in a way, the whole exercise is actually a Prime Minister who is all the time looking at the country, looking at the people, looking at the world, very sensitive to what is happening, trying to guide us, trying to motivate us, trying to share with us. So it is actually him talking to all of us. And that is why I think, in a way, that connect today is felt by all of you, and which is why we are all here today. I'm really very, very, normally, whenever we gather, at the end I say, हाँ मैं आभार प्रकट करना चाहूँगा, I'm very grateful you came, you spent your time. I don't think I will say that today. I think all of us wanted to be here. We wanted to be here. We are sharing that moment with each other. It is our collective, I would say, collective bonding with the Prime Minister today. So really I want to express that feeling, and I would again express my appreciation to the Ambassador and to the Consul General. They have brought us together. So once again, it's really very, very good to see you, and I cannot think of a better way to hear the 100th Mann Ki Baat than in your company. Thank you.